Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video I'm going to be doing a summer inspired set. I'm going to be using bright yellows and orange colors to create this beautiful set that's actually requested by Ashley. Hopefully I pronounced that right, but thank you so much for requesting this and hopefully you enjoyed this set. So I'm going to go ahead and pour 70% alcohol into my dapping dish. Once I have that done, I'm going to be using this Cushion Polygel brush. I'm also going to be using this beautiful iridescent MYLAR flakes that I'm going to place a little bit onto my plate here. Then I'm going to be using these fimo slices. I'm going to mainly use the orange slices. Then I'm going to go ahead and be using the 𝚬𝚘 YFO2 color. I'm going to be placing a very small amount onto the nail here just because we are going to go ahead and encapsulate and I don't want the nail to become bulky. So first I start by pushing it towards the cuticle area and then I go ahead and push it towards the right side wall. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to gently push it towards the left side wall, making sure that I fully coat the entire nail. So once I'm done with that, I'm good with how it looks. Then I'm going to go ahead and just not cure because we are going to go ahead and place some MYLAR flakes onto the uncured polygel. Still fixing it up here. Okay, and I think I'm now satisfied with that. So now I'm going ahead and using my wax pen to pick up the MYLAR flakes and place it on top of the nail. Once I went ahead and have my placement done with the MYLAR flakes, I'm going to go ahead and then cure for 60 seconds. Once I went ahead and did that, I'm going to go ahead and use my Gaussian clear to go ahead and encapsulate those MYLAR flakes onto the nail. So I'm adding a very small amount on here first, which I shouldn't have done. I should have added way more than this, so you guys later on will see that I did add a little bit more. And I'm just making sure that I fully coat the entire nail first. Just making sure that I get each and every MYLAR flake on top encapsulated because we don't want any of those MYLAR flakes sticking out. And so here I did add a little bit more just to build the apex. Like I said, I had added a little bit beforehand, so I did go ahead and add a little bit more. And so I'm just making sure that I fully coat the entire nail and build the apex at the same time. Once I'm done with my structure and everything, I'm going to go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. So next onto the middle finger, we are going to do a marble design. So I'm using that same same orange color and this beautiful bright yellow color by 𝚐𝚐, and I'm just going to go ahead and place a little bit onto this form here. Then using the spatula end of my polygel brush, I'm placing a little bit of that polygel onto the nail here just like so. It's very random. And then using my dotting tool, I'm going to go ahead and use it to swirl the colors around just like so. I'm just going to swirl until I feel like I'm quite satisfied with how I swirled it around. Then using my polygel brush, I'm going to go ahead and just pat it into place. I'm also making sure that I remove any excess polygel from the nail. And without curing, we're going to go ahead and do another very MYLAR slash fruit design. So here, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and apply my fimo slices onto the nail. I didn't know how I wanted my placement, but at the end of the day, I think I ended up doing like a little swirl here, you guys can see. Once I have my little swirl, I'm going to go ahead and apply some MYLAR flakes onto the nail as well. Also, the MYLAR flakes, I also placed them in a little swirl design, opposite from the way that I did the fruit slices. Anywho, once I'm done with my placement, I'm going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. I've been waiting for you. I went ahead and now cure this for 60 seconds. Now using this clear polygel, I'm going to go ahead and encapsulate the design. And also I'm going to go ahead and focus on building my apex because we have no structure on the nail yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and patting it, making sure that I fully coat the nail. Once I have the nail fully coated, then I go ahead and then build my apex. So once I'm happy with how this looks, I want to hit it and cure this for 60 seconds. Once that's cured, we're going to go ahead and do an ombre design onto the next nail. So I'm going to be using this 𝚐𝚐 and a color. It's a beautiful nude pink color. And I'm going to go ahead and place this onto the natural nail first. Then I'm going to grab the excess polygel that I did not use from my previous marble design. I'm grabbing some of that orange and I ended up placing it onto the wrong spot, so you guys will see me move it here. I'm also grabbing the excess yellow color that I did not use. So here, like I said, I placed it wrong. So I went ahead and removed it, and then I placed it onto the free edge. Then I grabbed my yellow, and then I placed it on the middle of the nail. So once I place it, I'm going to go ahead and just pat this onto the nail. Then I'm patting this as well. I'm not blending it yet. I'm just making sure that I kind of have like squares, or kind of have the polygel down where I want my transition to go. So first I'm going to push that pink color into the yellow very lightly, just like so. And I'm also making sure that, you know, I clean up my sidewalls here, just so you know the nail doesn't bulk up from the sides. Now I'm going to push this, I ended up actually pushing the yellow into the orange first, which the transition was not good. Just look how that ugly that looks. I don't like the way it looks. But anyway, I went ahead and removed any of the excess polygel we don't need, and then I went ahead and then cured this. The first one is not really a transition. I just want to have the colors down and have an estimate of where I want my transition to go. Next, I'm going to go ahead and then be working with just two colors. So I went ahead and place the yellow and the orange on there. Then I'm pushing this upwards towards the yellow, and then I'm going to pat this yellow downward. And now I'm going to go ahead and gently push this towards the sidewalls. Here you guys can see I'm just pushing towards the sidewalls. Once I have that done, I went ahead and now started by patting the yellow into the orange a little bit. It's really hard for me to explain this ombre design because it's really hard right now. I have trouble explaining certain stuff. For example, this ombre design, I don't know how to explain it, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm doing here. I'm just patting the orange and the yellow. It kind of was a very hard decision for me to do, just because I've never actually worked with these two colors, and I've never done a 3-color ombre, so this definitely was a challenge for me. I still was motivated to finish it though. I did not give up, and I still continued patting it, just because I felt like that ombre transition was a little bit too harsh. So I did continue blending that, and by blending I'm using a little bit more alcohol than usual to just go ahead and pat this and blend it to have that beautiful transition. So here I have added that beautiful nude pink color, and I'm just going to go ahead and, both of the polygels are not cured yet. None of the polygels is cured, just so you guys know. And I went ahead and just am patting it just like so. And then I'm also bringing that pink word into the yellow, just like so. Then once I'm happy with that, I went ahead and cured it. Now I'm going to go in and add a little bit of that clear. I didn't want to add too much, just because the nail was really too bulky for my liking. And I'm just adding a thin layer of clear, just so you know we don't ruin our transition when filing. Once I'm done with that, I'm removing the excess by bringing a little bit downward towards the free edge, and then just boom, remove that excess. And now we're going ahead and cured it. And now onto the pinky, we are going to be doing a MYLAR design again, the same design that we did on the index finger. So I'm just making sure that I pat this down a very thin layer. Once I have it patted down, like I said, we're going to do the same exact time we did previously. So then I'm going to just stick my MYLAR flakes onto this now. So overall, this polygel, the saffron one, was very hard to work with. I'm not even gonna lie. It was great consistency. It was just the fact that you can see the pigment onto this polygel, so some of the pigment. This nail seems a little lighter than the one that I did on my index, just because the pigment was running out. I don't know how to explain it. I guess when I have my polygel tubes face down, the most of the pigment goes downward onto the bottle. So of course the first few nails that I did have a little bit more pigment than this one, than this nail in particular. But anyway, I went ahead and added my MYLAR flakes. Then once I have my MYLAR flakes, I went ahead and encapsulated this design and then cured. But I just gotta say that I love you, and I know you do. So here's a sneak peek at how that looks. But anywho, we are not done yet. I went ahead and have to do the thumb. I honestly had forgotten about the thumb. But anywho, same design. It's a very simple design. Here you guys can see the lack of pigment on some of the how do you call it, nail. Also, my paper towel that I usually use to remove any excess alcohol was full of pigment. Using a lot of alcohol, honestly, I felt like removed a lot of pigment, because I can tell that my towel usually has no color on it usually. But with this polygel, it had a lot of that orange on there, so I can't tell that they added. The pigment was just a little bit weird for me, and it definitely kind of ruined the consistency a little bit. But it wasn't too bad. I was able to either ways work with it. It wasn't too bad, too runny. It was just the fact that, you know, some spots it lacks pigment. But anywho, I went ahead and removed any of the excess polygel. Then I went ahead and cured. Actually, no, I actually used the excess polygel to add a little bit onto the natural nail where it lacked pigment. Hello, ma'am. I think she wants to say hello. But anywho, I went ahead and just did that, patted it. Then I went ahead and cured, and then I did encapsulate, but I did not show it because I felt like it was just too much footage at this point and the video was going to be too long. But anywho, this is the outcome so far. This is how the nails look without filing. This is just my application, which is pretty bad, honestly. My application used to be better, but I kind of stopped focusing on that, which I think I need to do more of. But anyway, this is how the nails look. I'm actually really proud of this design and just like how beautiful those colors look. So to remove the tacky layer, I'm going to go ahead and be using this alcohol prep pads. And I'm just going to open this up really quick. These, honestly, I don't even know where they're from. I just have them in my first aid kit and I decided to grab these instead of cutting up some towels that I have. But anyway, I'm using this towel, this whatever it's called, alcohol prep pad. I'm going to go ahead and just remove that tacky layer because we are ready to go ahead and start filing. I did add a little bit more alcohol from my spray bottle. And now I'm just removing that, just like so. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and start by filing. I'm using this Gershon file. It's one of my favorite files. It's really sturdy and great grit. Anyway, I'm just filing my sidewalls just like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and continue and doing that for the rest of the nails.
I know now I need you with me by my side. I need someone to hold my mind.
So once I shaped up my sidewalls, I'm going to use my e-file at 8,000 RPMs or 7. Usually I do 8. I don't know why I turned it to 7. Yeah, 8. It's on forward mode and I'm using this safety extra fine bit. And this bit, I mainly use it to remove any bulk and also to seal the cuticle area. Just like so. Now here is where I'm removing that bulk. Just like so. This is super satisfying to watch and hopefully you guys enjoy. I usually don't leave my filing process in because I feel like more people are just in it for the design than actually watching my filing process. But if you're into watching me file, then definitely let me know because I definitely will start filming that more if you guys would like to see that. I went ahead and filed the rest of the nails and buffed them down. So this is how they look so far. Now we're ready to go ahead and add our top coat. My voice is almost leaving, so hopefully, you know, it doesn't go away. It hurts really bad right now, but I will be fine. Anywho, I went ahead and used my favorite top coat. It's my Cooper top coat. I'm almost out of it, so I did have to switch out last minute onto my nail Addict one, which is actually really well as well. So this is how it looks, and now I'm gonna go and start by top coating the nail. And before I do start, I want to go and let you guys know that I'm gonna be using these beautiful AB rhinestones. They honestly remind me of frog eggs. I don't know why they look like them. But anywho, I went ahead and top coated my ombre design. Just look how beautiful this looks. And without curing, I'm gonna go ahead and place my rhinestones onto the nail.
I need you with me by my side.
I went ahead and finished top coating the rest of the nails, and this is the outcome. Super happy with the design. Just look how beautiful the colors look. Super happy with the ombre design as well. Now to rehydrate my cuticles, I'm using this painted dasher cuticle oil. It's one of my favorites, and I think it's actually my favorite cuticle oil. Just look at the beautiful ingredients it includes. Definitely helps if you have dry skin around your cuticles, because my skin gets really dry. I wash my hands quite often. But yeah, I went ahead and added that onto the nails. And boom, this is the outcome. Thank you guys again for watching today's video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys again so much for 3K subscribers. It means a lot to me, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys again for suggesting these for me to use this color. If you guys have any suggestions, make sure you leave it down below. Goodbye, and I'll see you guys in my next video.